This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the borough of West Hazleton is making some changes to how council members are elected. We have the details next. Welcome to FYI. I'm Ken Karen. I wish every day was Donut Day. We'll get to that story. But first, here's some headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A Texas federal judge issued a temporary injunction that halts the executive amnesty program announced last year by President Obama. The ruling came late yesterday in response to a lawsuit filed December 3rd on behalf of the state of Texas. At that time, 16 other states joined with Texas. That number has increased to 26 states, more than half of the country. Today, Congressman Lou Barletta issued a statement saying, quote, "The president himself said at least 22 times that he did not have the authority to grant amnesty without the consent of Congress. This ruling is good news to anyone who believes in the Constitution and the rule of law. In the House, we have already voted to defund the president's executive amnesty, and it is now time for the Senate to act as well. In addition, I am still in support of a federal lawsuit to block the president's unlawful actions," unquote. The White House is expected to appeal the ruling to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. One area mall is losing one of its anchor stores. Kmart in the Schuylkill Mall in Frackville will close later this year. Store employees learned that news this morning. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, Kmart did not renew its lease with the Schuylkill Mall. As a result, that store will close in mid-October. A liquidation sale is scheduled to begin July 19th. Emergency crews responded to an overturned coal mining truck this morning. These are photos courtesy of TamaqaArea.com. The incident happened in the area of Patriotic Hill Road in Monoy Township between Monoy City and Shenandoah around 11:15 this morning. The operator of the truck was flown to a trauma center by helicopter. Firefighters from several area departments responded. And today is Tuesday, February 17th, but it's also known as Foshnot Day or Donut Day or Fat Tuesday for members of the Christian faith. It is the last hurrah before the start of the Lenten season, which begins tomorrow on Ash Wednesday. Today we found many people enjoying their favorite donuts at Carmen's Bakery and Deli in downtown Hazleton. People splurge on their confectionery favorites in preparation for fasting that occurs throughout the 40 days of Lent. Kathy Cucci said her employees have been very busy baking 150 dozen or 1,800 mouth-watering donuts.
Actually, we've been baking donuts since 12 o'clock midnight yesterday. The favorite donut that we have here is the glazed. My favorite happens to be the filled donut. And we make a lot of traditions, Mardi Gras traditions here as well, like the traditional Mardi Gras cake, which is a cake filled with cream, and we have a little surprise in there, which is a cherry. And when you cut the cake, if you get the slice with the cherry in it, you have to host the Mardi Gras party next year. And it's the traditional Mardi Gras colors, which are gold, purple, and green. Over at the deli side, we're making a shrimp gumbo, shrimp and andouille sausage gumbo in a bread bowl. So that's what we're doing for Donut Day today.
And while the bakery was extremely busy today, the deli section will be very busy throughout the Lenten season when many abstain from eating meat.
We do potato cakes during Lent, and a lot of fish seasons. A lot of fish is served during the season. So we do a buttercrumb haddock, and we do crab cakes, and all of those things are served. We'll be serving those on Ash Wednesday again, because that is a traditional day of fast and non-meat, and then Fridays during Lent as well.
For Christians, the Lenten season is a solemn time of repentance. Through this 40-day period, Christians are encouraged to repent for their sins in preparation for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ on Good Friday, followed by his resurrection into heaven on Easter Sunday. And I have icing all over my hands and I can't properly flip my scripts, but I'll battle through it. From Donut Day to Election Day, it won't be long now until candidates begin to surface for races in the upcoming May primary election. And there will be an important change when voters head to the polls in the borough of West Hazleton. Mayor Frank Schmidt explains that candidates for West Hazleton Borough Council will now run at large or borough-wide, not just in the ward where they live.
What we did before, we had 3 different wards. Now, whoever wants to run, I don't care what ward you're in, every ward votes for you. That's the simplest way to explain it. Anybody can run from any ward, and all wards can vote for that particular person.
So the top vote getters get in regardless of where they live.
Right, that's true, the top voters. We need 4 councilmen. So anybody would like to run for council, welcome to it, to try it out and help us along.
Today is the first day to circulate and file nominating petitions for the primary election, which will take place on May 19th. Who will be the next superintendent for the Hazleton Area School District? An item on tonight's special meeting agenda recommends authorizing Human Resources to advertise for the position. As we reported, current superintendent Dr. Francis X. Antonelli announced that he will retire at the end of the school year. Also on the agenda, an item to approve advertising and posting for an assistant principal for the Maple Manor Elementary School. Tonight's meeting is set for 5:30 p.m. at the District Administration Building. A Schuylkill County nonprofit organization is expanding to help those in need. Bountiful Blessings helps need-based working poor families. It will open its newest location inside Zion Baptist Church in Monoy City on March 14th. The church is located at 400 East Market Street in the borough. The organization offers a variety of non-food items such as shampoo, bath soap, bath tissue, paper towels, toothpaste, and cleaning items not covered on federal food stamp programs. Recipients do not need to be on food stamps to be eligible. The program itself receives no government funding and relies solely on the support of churches, businesses, and individuals. The program does require recipient families to volunteer time back in exchange for the items they receive. Bountiful Blessings was founded in 2001 and currently serves over 1,700 families a month with 26 locations throughout Pennsylvania and Maryland, including a location in Ashland. For more information or to hold a collection or to donate, you can visit their website or you can call 717-802-1222. And later on FYI, we'll hang out in Pennsylvania's highest borough to talk about MMI boys basketball as they get ready for the district playoffs. And up next, we have 2 very interesting segments. First up, it's Care for Kids.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We are back here in the Brennan's Forever home located in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and we're here with D'Angelo Powell. And D'Angelo, thanks for joining us here on FYI. We like to tell people about Brennan's Forever home and what they think about it when they first come in. So first of all, this is your first experience here, right? So what brought you to Brennan's Forever home?
Well, I'm actually linked through Valley Youth House.
Okay.
So they sent us up here today just to sniff out the place, see I guess they wanted us to see our opinion on it, being that we've been here in this predicament.
And what do you think about Brennan's Forever home?
It's extravagant. I love it. It's just the way it's set up. Big yellow house. How could you not like it?
Okay. How's it different from the other houses you've been in?
I mean, I've been in a lot of houses, but it's different because it actually shows I could actually just feel the warmth in the house, the connection with everybody in the house. It's a nice place.
What are you hoping this home and the people behind it can provide someone that might be going through one of the systems here in Luzerne County, someone from either Hazleton or lower Luzerne County?
I just hope they could really just help people have a place to stay at night. So there's people at night that don't have a place to stay. There's just a lot of things. Just love, need somewhere to stay. You need someone to hug you, someone to say hi to you every day. Just the basic stuff that people take for granted that aren't given on a daily basis.
What are some of the most specific needs that someone going through the program needs, and how can anyone out there give back to Brennan's Forever Home to help someone like yourself?
Well, number one would be a mentor.
Okay.
And I mean, it's all the material things come second, you know? It's just after you have someone that really loves and cares for you, nothing else matters.
Okay. And so you support Brennan's Forever Home?
Definitely, most definitely.
Will you come back again?
Obviously.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us here on FYI. Each and every Tuesday, we tell you about some things going on for Care for Kids here. And join us next week. We're talking with more people like D'Angelo.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
This morning I walked outside and it was 13 degrees and sunny. I felt like drinking a margarita and playing a steel drum. Let's see if this heat wave will continue. It won't. I have the answer right now for you. Here's our weather forecast from the National Weather Service. It gets cold tonight. Mostly cloudy, low around 4. It will feel like -6 with the wind chill. On the extended forecast, some snow on the way on Wednesday. A chance of flurries before 2 p.m. Then snow showers likely. The snow could be heavy at times. Mostly cloudy. Our high will be 19. Wind chill will make it feel like -7. New snow accumulation of less than 1 inch possible. On Wednesday night, a chance of snow showers before 7 p.m. Then flurries before the storm ends. Mostly cloudy, low of -1. It will feel like -19. On Thursday, scattered flurries, mostly cloudy, and it will be cold. High near only 3 degrees and very windy. Wind gusts as high as 29 miles per hour. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, low of -9. On Friday, it's going to be sunny but cold. High of 9 degrees at night. It gets down to -6. On Saturday, 50% chance of snow, high of 23 though, and at night it will be cloudy with a low of 18. Tonight's weather is brought to you in part by the Ramada on Church Street in Hazleton. Monthly rooms are available with free Wi-Fi and a continental breakfast. Banquet space is available for any type of gathering, including weddings, meetings, reunions, Sweet 16 parties, and more. You can call the Ramada at 570-455-2061. Every year, former Freeland Mayor Tammy Martin holds Country for a Cure, an event in Freeland that raises money for local families who need some help. The Freeland Fire Department runs the bar at the event, and Martin in turn takes their input on who should receive some of the funds. This year, the Freeland Fire Department picked John Edstrom, a Hazleton firefighter battling throat cancer. They surprised Edstrom with a check at the Freeland Fire Department last week, and recently I had the pleasure of talking with 3 people involved in this situation. So right now with us, we have Donald Leschko, the current fire chief in the city of Hazleton, Tammy Martin, the former mayor in the borough of Freeland, and Jennifer Lukashunas, whose father is a firefighter in the city of Hazleton for many years, is now battling cancer. We're going to tell you how all of this comes together. And Tammy, let's start with you. You do an event every year, Country for a Cure. You help out local families recently, that money staying in this area, helping out Jennifer and her family as her father, John Edstrom, battles cancer. You went through it yourself with your late husband, Tim Martin, with Martin's Mission. And before you were telling me just how much this means when you do, and it's not just the money you receive from people.
Yes, we've been doing this for 18 years now. And as I said before, when Tim was diagnosed, they started Martin's Mission. People need to understand it's not just the monetary value that comes with it, but it's that community support, knowing you have hundreds and hundreds of people who are going to fight this fight with you and your family, and they're going to be there when you need them.
And Jennifer, so you find out this information. Your parents don't know initially, so you have to get them to the Freeland Fire Department. Tell me what that was like and how they reacted once they got there and found out what was going on.
Getting my mom there was not the problem. It's getting my dad there because everything is, you have to explain everything to him thoroughly. I kind of just called my mom and I said, when next Wednesday, we have to be at the Freeland Firehouse at 7 p.m. And she asked me why, and I'm like, I don't know myself. I'm just told we're to be there. So when I told my dad, he's like, oh, well, why do we have to go to Freeland? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, Donald Leschko contacted me and said we're all to be at the Freeland Firehouse. So he got all ready. Thank goodness he was feeling better because he was down in the dumps for about 4 or 5 days. And he was very surprised. I mean, he said in the car when he was on his way home, he said, wow, those people really do like me, because everyone knows, whoever knows my dad, he's a man of few words. He doesn't really have much expression to him, but they really touched his heart.
And Donald, we talked with Jennifer before about what type of person John was as a father. You've worked with him as a firefighter. Just talk about John a little bit and explain to us what he's like.
I got to meet John right when I got hired in the city of Hazleton. I was stationed, my initial station was at the Diamond Station in 2001, where John's a volunteer member. And from that day on, he's always been a courteous person. As Jennifer said, a man of few words. Doesn't say too much, but is always there to help. I can honestly say now, as being chief, he's definitely a man that is always there to help. His first priority in growing up in the fire service, your first priority is always to help people. And John truly lives that each and every day. He's out there helping the citizens, protecting the citizens, giving of his time not only being a volunteer firefighter, but also being an instructor and helping teach the firefighters of tomorrow. I know you heard a story last night in Freeland when we presented him the money. It was a touching story to hear him give the support and help train their firefighters. They just had a group of firefighters pass their Firefighter 1 testing certification, and his help and assistance to them in giving that training. And it not only makes you feel good as a chief, knowing you have such great caliber men in your department, but it makes you feel good as a person that you're giving back. Hearing that, you don't hear that too often today, and I think we need more of that in our country and in our area of giving back. And there's John fighting his own battles, is still giving today. The other day I had an incident and he was on the call with me, and he said he felt good, he wanted to go out, and guess what, if that's part of his spirits in keeping him going and keeping him moving, that he can run calls and still answer and help people, I'm all for it.
Thank you for all three for stopping by our studio. Before we go to break on FYI, here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers: pick 2, 04, pick 3, 496, pick 4, 0674, and pick 5, 63567. To Freeland we go, and we'll cover the MMI boys basketball team next on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The MMI boys basketball team starts the District 2 Single A playoffs tonight against Susquehanna, a familiar opponent. Last year, the Preppers beat Susquehanna 44-35 to get to the championship game, where Old Forge pulled away in the second half to win the crown. 1,000-point scorer Corey Rogers remembers the heartbreak of that game. Let's get to know the Preppers' first 1,000-point scorer since Tyler Bresnitsky in 2009. The Mining and Mechanical Institute has a lot going for it. Over 99% of their graduates have gone on to colleges or universities over the past 12 years. Last year's senior class received $6.6 million in scholarships. I'm sure all of this factored into Corey Rogers' decision to become a prepper, but there was another big reason he came to MMI. What do you remember most about playing here at MMI?
I think just playing for Joe, just because I've known him since I was probably 3 years old, and that was one of the main reasons I came to MMI to play for Joe, and it's been great all 4 years.
MMI head coach Joe Flanagan works at the Freeland YMCA and gets to know a lot of the kids who play for him at MMI there. Let's start talking about Corey. I mean, just the career he's had. Has he been one of the kids you've kind of watched come up, through youth?
Yeah, he was, came from Freeland, came from our youth programs. As a freshman, started here, put him in some situations he couldn't handle, didn't handle as well, but now just being a senior, just great to have a leader like him.
Yeah, what is that like here? I mean, I went to a smaller school at Hafey, and sometimes you play, because you have to. And just talk about that situation. How, does it help these kids, sometimes?
Absolutely, in the long run, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right? But yeah, he, as a freshman, he just came in and he had to do some things that he probably never thought he would have to do. But, right now, junior, senior year, he's been in some big spots and handles them so much better.
Rogers is stronger. Like many of the preppers, he had a trial by fire, and he survived.
It was an experience, definitely. I remember first game, I had to guard a 6'6" kid, and I just came in my first game. But I enjoy playing here, especially because everybody in the school and all the teachers, so when you come back into the school, they're all congratulating you and everything, and I think it's great.
Rogers probably received a ton of pats on the back after scoring his 1,000th point earlier this season.
It was an amazing feeling. I don't really remember it happening, but I heard the buzzer sound, and then everybody just came out and shook my hand, but it was an amazing feeling.
What were your teammates say? What were they telling you maybe after the game?
Well, they're always joking. They call me Thou for 1,000, but they've been really supportive and really great about it.
Now Rogers and Flanagan are ready for their last stand together in the District 2 Single A playoffs.
I think he deserves a lot of credit because my freshman and sophomore year, we only won 3 games. And then last year, I think we won 13. That's all Joe. He works us hard. He gets every little ounce of energy we can out of us.
Like I said, we got a great group of kids here. And one thing that I could always say, I coach great kids. And to have them, to watch them grow up in front of me and watch them become young men and young leaders in our community is, hey, that's why I do what I do.
Good luck to the preppers. Let's check out the district playoff schedule. The MMI boys, talking about them. Again, they start the District 2 Single A playoffs on Tuesday, and that is against Susquehanna. If they win, they'll face Forest City in the semifinals. The MMI girls, they play Wednesday against Lackawanna Trail in the District 2 Single A playoffs. The Hazelton boys play on Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Crestwood against Wallen Paupack. The Lady Cougars are the top seed, and they will play the winner of the Williamsport and Wyoming Valley West game. They will play that game on Friday, the Lady Cougars, that is. The North Schuylkill girls won a Schuylkill League championship on Friday with a win over Minersville, and they're the #1 seed in the District 11 AA tournament. They open up with Pine Grove this Friday, and Marion, they're the #6 seed. They'll play at Marts Hall against Minersville. The Shenandoah girls are the #1 seed in the Single A District 11 tournament, and they play the winner of Tri-Valley and Monoy area. The Lady Bears play that one in Minersville on Saturday. The Tamaqua boys, they lost the Schuylkill League championship to Pottsville in a close game on Friday. They start the District 11 AAA playoffs against North Schuylkill at Marts Hall on Friday. You can get tickets for that game in advance from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Tamaqua area's main office Tuesday through Friday. Monoy area and Marion, they play in the AA semis next Wednesday, and Shenandoah Valley is up against #1 seed Notre Dame in the Single A playoffs next Tuesday. Happy Wing Night. It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy 93rd birthday to Violet Wargo. Love from Roe and Cindy. Our Talk of the Town report, State Representative Gerald Mullery announced his staff will be holding workshops throughout his district to provide free assistance with applying for the state's tax rent rebate program. Be held on March 5th at the Freeland Active Adult Center and March 19th at the Mountaintop Active Adult Center. All workshops are held from 10 a.m. to noon. For info, just call 717-787-7895. And finally, the Hazelton Art League will be holding Winter in America Saturday, February 28th at 7 p.m. We'll be having an evening of music and poetry featuring several area performers. For info, just call 570-926-1912. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. John Larry Bigelow, Sr. of Cunningham. Services will be held privately and under the direction of the Rosenstock Funeral Home. A public memorial service will be held March 7th at noon at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Hazelton. Mary A. Kreiserick of Lansford. Mass is Thursday at 11 a.m. from the St. Catherine Drexel Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. Arrangements are by the Scrayback Parambo Funeral Home. Conjetta D'Angelo of Hazelton. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in Our Lady of Grace Church. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. Betty Lauer, formerly of West Hazelton. All services are private and under the direction of the Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. And Richard Bowman, Jr. of Seattle, Washington. Memorial service will be held in Philadelphia.
That's it for tonight. Take it easy, everyone.